All right. Behind the scenes. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but yeah, we are let's see. Oh, that looks good, I think. Under one eye looks good. Yeah. That looks nice. Yeah, one eye. All right, guys, welcome. My guy, he's like they're like behind the scenes before we get started. Yes. And then I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna like shoot the last two guys. It's extra, but I like it. Yeah. Aiden. Funny, ask Aiden how to spell his name. Ask Aiden how to spell his name. Sorry, guys. This is behind the scenes. We're just trying to get started here, and it's on. This is a historical event where I hope you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, just let me know. Hopefully, you can hear me. Um, if if you can hear me, guys, I'm just waiting to see if we can hear everything because we are live on location today at a historical event. Great, thank you, Trash Can Waves. I'm gonna have to count on you. So we're at this historical event for the Tucker family cemetery. We had to move inside because of the weather, so we're no longer outside. So great to have you all here. I know that we have you guys in the chat. Trash Can Waves. You get first place. Bragging rights. You're just first. That's it, right? Um, so we're not doing the giveaway today. You got it. Like no competition. Hands down, you are first. We also have David Hunt. Thank you guys so much for being here. Uh, it's tough being first, but you know, we're at the Tucker family commemoration. They trace their lineage back to 1619 as one of the first families. Uh-oh. Guys, I've got notifications here. I forgot to put this device on Do Not Disturb because just a second, guys. Let's fix that. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's see if I'm back. Hopefully, I'm back. All right. Can you guys, if you guys can still hear me and I sound okay, you know, thank you most Life channel for saying like and sharing the video. Good to see you, Lady T. I can look. This is not a wig, so I can take bows without this falling off. Trash can race. I can go all the way down. I do want to make sure I say hello to everybody. Uh, those kids there are just for cute factor. They won't be dancing, guys. As you see, we also have our other view over there. Our real camera guy has that camera going. I don't know if he's muted or not, but you know, yes. Thank you so much, Trash Can Waves. It's great having you here, making for a great start to your day. And Alicia Miller, the drums are starting for it. That's the drummer over there. So they're having I'm going to mute. So thank you, Alicia, for being here. David Hunt, Trash Can Waves, y'all know how to do it. And so we have Everybody in here, look at Coach. They got you, Coach. I'm going to mute. It's getting too loud. But hey, you already know, Sid. Already know, guys. Sid has an amazing channel. Check her out. Thank you, Glenda. Thank you so much. Sid is good. Right? I'm going to mute and we will see you guys. Oh wait, I need to tell you guys where we are, and then I'm going to get out of here so that way you guys can see it.
Who is it? Oh, yeah. live stream. Oh, you like? Sorry.
so good.
Good morning, and as we say in Angola, bom dia. Welcome everyone. Please take a seat so we can begin this wonderful program. Thank you for coming. Welcome everyone. Please take a seat so we can begin this wonderful program. Thank you for coming. Welcome everyone. Please take a seat so we can begin this wonderful program. Thank you for coming. Welcome everyone. Please take a seat so we can begin this wonderful program. Thank you for coming. Welcome everyone. We will begin momentarily as we wait for everyone to settle in. And thank you. Atumpan, as we say in Ghana, for Atumpan Entertainment, and Mr. Wanda Tucker for that wonderful beginning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm Corey, and I have the pleasure of being here with the Tucker family again to honor them for their first arrival, the first African in the British colony here in what became the United States and here in Virginia. I want to come. Let's give our Tucker family a big round of applause. So with that being said, we want to get this started with a dance called Soli from West Africa. When they gave people in West Africa, it's done to celebrate, a celebration dance, especially around the harvest time. So we're going to get started, and I will sing a song that says, "Wake up from the meal, wake up from the meal is here." Ati Wuliba, then Matiti Wuliba, Soli what I say. Ati Wuliba, Soli what I say. Ati Wuliba, then Matiti Wuliba, Soli what I say. Ati Wuliba, Soli what I say. And the sound of the djembe, the big djembe cola, LaQuita Marie, I love the wife, who begins to us so you. Again, we thank the Tucker family for allowing us to be part of this. As we prepare with the dance to lead to our libation, we will actually see the dance so lead in its entirety. Something that is honored across major ethnic cultures. Today we have the honor and privilege of pouring libation. We'll be doing it, and of course it is a community event. That means you all must participate, whether you like it or not. So, I have with me a good friend of mine, Lance, who is going to say a Yoruba prayer in the Yoruba language in Nigeria and West Africa. And I will also be pouring libation. And your job in this is to simply say, Oshe! Oshe! Baba! Baba! Oshe! Oshe! Baba! Baba! That simply means thank you to the Most High Father. Oshe Baba! Oshe Baba! Oshe Baba! Oshe Baba! Oshe We give thanks to the great creator for the water, for the earth, for the plant, for all the life that is given to us. We give thanks by saying, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. First, we want to go on to the most heavenly, the most high in the heavenly places. We thank you for life, for liberty, and all the great things that led to this event today. We commemorate the Tucker family, ancestors, who came to this place in 1619. We say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. We say before those ancestors of the Tucker family who left the modern day land of Angola, the kingdom of Angola, and came through across Africa, boarded on Portuguese ships, and walked to what became the colony Virginia, what became the United States in 1619. We call their names and we say, we thank you for Anthony and Isabella by saying, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. We thank you for their son, William Tucker, born in 1624 as the first African child born in the colony and baptized. We say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. To all those great ancestors of the Tucker family, who we know by name and some who we don't. We say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. To every ancestor that has been part of our life, we will be thankful to them for them saying, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. For those that survived the institution of slavery, we say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. For those who forged new lives in the new world, we say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. And not forgetting their African roots, we say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. For those who survived slavery and freedom and forged new lives in this land, new culture, new world, we say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. For those in the Caribbean, we say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. For those who are in South America, we say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. We pause to those great family members, those ancestors who fought for freedom on this soil, through all the wars, through all the social movements. We say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. And at this time, we will allow you to call the name of an ancestor who has made a positive impact in your life. Close your eyes right now and think of that one person, that grandmother, that grandfather, that auntie, that uncle. Don't think about the uncles, because some of our uncles are bad influence on them. Think of that one good uncle that poured the positive into you. And then we're going to say, oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. And I would love you to call out the names of those people out loud so that names can be heard through the universe. We're going to say, oh, say Baba. So we're going to let you call out the names of your ancestors at this time. Margaret Smith. Oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. And let's set up with another. Oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. And another. Oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. And another. Oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. And set up with another. Oh, say Baba, oh, say Baba. And for those who were named, those who were unnamed but have not been forgotten, we report to them all the ancestors, to give thanks to them and say, oh, say, oh, say Baba. And we thank you for your voice, for your energy, for your spirit. We thank you for we give honor all that are here. But before we continue, I have to ask a question of our elders. To the elders who are present, we ask you, the elders of the Tucker family, we ask you at this time, do we have your permission to continue? Because we cannot go on if they do not give us permission to continue. If they say no, we have to pack up and go home. Those that come from Angola have to go home. Those that come from New York have to go home. So we do ask the elders, do we have your permission to continue with this blessed event? Yeah. And they've given us, they've given us their permission. So we say to them, and we shall continue with the dance slowly to celebrate.
Wait, you didn't tell them what they were saying. Eshe is thank you in the Nigerian language, just so that you know you weren't saying what we weren't saying. You know, are you ready?
Oh. That's what I was saying. So at this time, Atumpan Dance Theatre, if you are ready, say Ashe. Ashe. All right. And now we turn this back over to our illustrious MC, Miss Rita Cole.
Good morning, family and friends. Good morning. I am Shalita Fleming, the great-great-great-granddaughter of Thomas Tucker Sr., one of the 6 men who purchased the cemetery, recorded as the Old Colored Burial Ground. It is the resting place of my great-grandfather, Alexander S. Tucker Sr., and my grandfather, Alexander S. Tucker Jr. Today, I am honored to be here with my family. We welcome you to this event as we reflect on our history and our beginning. We pay respect to the indigenous peoples who are the original inhabitants of the land we are from. We pay respect to our African ancestors who landed here 402 years ago and survived the unknown destiny. We pay respect to our special guests who chose the journey here from the motherland of Angola. We hope that today's program will be educational, informative, and inspiring. Now I would like to introduce our Mistress of Ceremonies, Dito. Go ahead.
Thank you, Shalita. And thank you all, once again, obrigado, for being here. I am originally from Accra, Ghana, West Africa, and my family immigrated to Norfolk, Virginia, a long time ago. I'm not going to tell you how long, because that will give away my age. But anyhow, I stand here today as a daughter of Africa, daughter of Ghana. My first name, Rita, is from the Bible. My middle name, Koko, signifies that I am the second born daughter of my father's side, which is a Ga Adambic ethnicity or tribe, if you'd like to say that. My mother is Iwit, and as I stand before you, I am wearing a necklace from Senegal, earrings and a bracelet from Kenya, and this dress, which was made by an Arab with the Samakaka fabric of Angola to represent why and how we are here today. And I have to say, as an immigrant of Africa, I would like to thank the Tucker family and all African Americans who are in this country, because without your sacrifices, without your experience, without all that you have gone through, we would not be here. And I would not be a naturalized American citizen. So I thank you. Thank you. On behalf of every African immigrant in this room and their children, my children, and beyond, thank you. I am also here as a representative, the founder of the Tidewater African Cultural Alliance, where one of our tasks is to bridge the gap and to bring Africans and African Americans and others, anyone who would like to learn more about Africa, together. I am also here as a representative of the steering committee of the Virginia African Diaspora Committee. And we are serving the same purpose but statewide and representing the interests of Africans. So now, to continue with our program, I would like to introduce you to William Lloyd Tucker. He is an Army veteran and a retired New York police officer of over 30 years. Lloyd is past president of the William Tucker 1624 Society, and he is married to the lovely Naomi Wilson Tucker for over 50 years. Let's
Good morning. Giving honor to God, respect to our ancestors, special guests, and family and friends. God, we're thankful for the mercy and the grace that you have granted this family. Now I'm going to be short and to the point. I would like all of you to participate in a prayer together, if you don't mind. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us. Thank you, you're doing great. You're doing wonderful. Lead us not into temptation. For thine is the kingdom, the power, forever. Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. William Lloyd Tucker. I would now like to introduce you to our soloist, Carla Crump, who has a tremendous calling for the vocal industry. She has graced the stage of the Hampton Jazz Festival with the likes of Jill Scott, Bob James, and David Sanborn, Carla has also opened concerts for such musical greats as Gladys Knight, The Dells, Jean Carn, Evelyn Champagne King, and Mickey Howard. Carla made her acting debut in September of 2000 as Sister Gloria in Dana Hubbard's Will a Man Rob God, where she sang the theme song and worked with award-winning gospel artist LaShawn Pace. Inspired by such vocalists as Gladys Knight, Natalie Cole, the late Phyllis Hyman, and many others, she is well on her way to being a star in her own right. And we get to hear her this morning. Miss Carla?
Good morning. I, for a minute, was wondering who she was talking to. I'm very honored to be here this morning and to have been invited by the Tucker family to sing. What a beautiful, beautiful audience. This is an awesome program. I have chosen a song that is very dear to me. Of course, I have strong Christian roots in the church. And there was a song that we used to sing all the time entitled, "We Are One in the Spirit," because we are. So I am going to sing this song for you a cappella with some assistance. And if you all know it, please feel free to join in. We are one in the Spirit. We are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit. We are one in the Lord. And we pray that all unity will one day be restored. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We will walk with each other. We will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other. We will walk hand in hand. And together we'll spread the news that God is in our land. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We will work with each other. We will work side by side. We will work with each other. We will work side by side. And we'll guard each man's dignity and save each man's pride. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love.
My goodness, I believe she deserves another round of applause. That was absolutely beautiful. And for me, the phrase that stuck out to me is we will work together. Yes. And then, of course, we will love one another. So let us continue. I would like to introduce to you Mr. Vincent Tucker, who is the CEO and founder of Quality Moving Services. Vincent is the current president of the William Tucker 1624 Society and serves in leadership roles with several professional organizations. And I would like to say I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Vincent Tucker in February when I invited him to work with several school children in the Virginia Beach public school system. And they created questions about his family for him through videos. And I sent it to him, and he met with me and answered each and every one of them and inspired them and inspired me. And I believe he's about to inspire you. Mr. Vincent Tucker.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. For the glory of this day to come together among friends and family. To stand beside the young and the old. To come together to learn from each other and break bread with our brothers and sisters from many miles apart. Good morning. We're today to celebrate and commemorate. Time past and today's present with love, respect, and honor. As the William Tucker 1624 Society continue to study and share the history of the first Africans that arrived at Hampton and of their descendants, we will educate our communities through quality programs and events that will inspire generations to come. Those generations will understand that reading and writing alone will not conquer their quest to survive, nor ability to learn. But when they digest life's experiences and build upon the wisdom of their ancestors, this will give them a drive to succeed in everything they do. You see, because of our ancestors, we exist because they survived. We have because they sacrificed. And we strive because they dream. I would like to acknowledge a few folks this morning. I would like to thank Congressman Bobby Scott for being here. From the Governor Northam's office, we have Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer, Dr. Janice Underwood. Manny Rock. And Bobby Scott will be making a few remarks. And we have also the Vice Mayor and many officials, City of Hampton, and throughout the state. The Aberdeen Association, can many of you stand right now for us, just so we can acknowledge. So we're going to But there's a few that I would like to talk about who really believe in the William Tucker 1624 Society. I want to recognize Virginia Outdoor Foundation. Are they here? Good morning. So it's all about preservation, and that was dear to our heart because it helped us to understand the value of our cemetery. The City of Hampton, we appreciate all of you for believing in us. The 2019 Commemorative Commission for supporting us. The Historic Aberdeen Association for our permanent connection. And local and state officials for listening to us. And others of you across the state and across the country for supporting us. I want to recognize a young man, Calvin Pearson. Calvin started the 1619 movement in 1994 to change the false narrative of the first enslaved Africans brought to the English North America on August 25th, 1619. For many years, he had to fight to get Point Comfort, present-day Fort Monroe, recognized as the first landing site, and not Jamestown. He was instrumental in getting the first African landing marker installed at Fort Monroe, and eventually getting Fort Monroe designated as a National Monument. Project 1619 Incorporated created the annual African Landing Day commemoration in 2008. And it has grown each year since then, bringing national exposure to the city of Hampton, Fort Monroe, and around the area. Mr. Pearson is also chairman of the National Juneteenth Grassroots Enslavement Legacy Commission. He has authored many magazine articles and papers on the subject, and has been the driving force to get the story told. And I quote, "Slavery is a stain on American soil and cannot be washed away, written away, or forgiven through reparations." Join me by giving Mr. Pearson, Calvin Pearson, a round of applause. Thank you. We do have a special presentation. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vincent Tucker. At this time, we would like to invite Congressman Bobby Scott to come and say a few words.
Thank you very much. I noticed I wasn't on the program, so it'll be just a few words. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with Mayor Tuck and Senator Locke, the members of council and other elected officials, Dr. Underwood, the board of directors of the William Tucker 1624 Society, and special guests, particularly our representatives from the Republic of Angola. It's a great honor to have our representatives here in Hampton to reflect the arrival of the first Angolans to the colonies 402 years ago. I'm deeply honored to represent a region that is entrenched with this rich history. The rich history includes the brutality of slavery and the triumphs of the freedom fighters. Now, the history of this nation cannot be fully understood or acknowledged without the stories of the first 20 and odd enslaved Africans and the millions who followed them. This was the goal that Senator Kane and I had when we drafted and had enacted the HR 1242, a bill to establish a federal 400 years of African American History Commission. That commission is alive and well and is doing its work, and it's designed to find out what happened and talk about the resiliency of the African American community for 400 years. The commission plans programs to commemorate that history, to recognize the resilience of African Americans, and to acknowledge the impact of slavery and legalized racial discrimination, and to educate the public about those impacts and its contributions to our community. We know that America's story is one of constantly trying to live up to the idea that all men are created equal, and we have to learn from the lessons of history so we can walk confidently into our future. So thank you, and it's a great time for reflection. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congressman Bobby Scott, and all politicians who are working on behalf specifically of this population. So we thank you for all your hard work. And at this time, we would also like to invite Dr. Janice Underwood, who is representing the governor's office, for a few remarks.
Great morning, everyone. Great morning. On behalf of Governor Northam and the entire Northam administration, thank you for coming today. We welcome the delegation. We welcome the opportunity to bring a very few brief remarks. I echo all the acknowledgments Congressman Scott offered. I'd like to just share a few words about some of the work that we've been doing to truly build on the work that is already happening here. We are building a One Virginia mission and vision. And just for a few seconds, if you could just elbow bump your neighbor and say good morning. And on the other side, elbow bump the other neighbor. Good morning. In a socially distanced way. I offer that because that is what we're trying to do. That is what the William Tucker family is trying to do. Build community, a sense of love and unity. And I thank you on behalf of the Northern Administration to say a few words and a hello, but I offer you a warm hug because it's so much work that has been done. We have built an incredible DEI infrastructure, racial equity reforms and progress has been done, but so much more work needs to be done. So please continue to work with us and join with us as we hope that that work continues into the future. Thank you so much and look forward to fellowshipping with you all.
Thank you, Dr. Janice Underwood. And now we would like to invite Hampton Mayor Donnie Tuck to come and give a few remarks. We cannot have this program, and of course we cannot acknowledge the first African American family without the city of Hampton and all of its support. I ran into Mayor Tuck this morning and he begged me not to say too much about him, but I have to say something. He is from North Carolina. He went to Duke. He has his master's from Old Dominion University in Norfolk, and before he was mayor, he was a councilman as well. So he is deeply entrenched in this work, and we are honored to have his presence. The Honorable Mayor Donnie Tuck.
Good morning to the Mistress of Ceremonies, to Congressman Scott, to Ambassador Santo, to Minister Fortunato, to all federal, state, and local elected and appointed officials, and to their representatives, to the William Tucker 1624 Society, to the Tucker family and its members. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Hampton City Council, our city staff, and the residents of our great city, it's my honor and privilege to welcome you to today's program, Bridging the Gap. 2 years ago, we had a commemoration of the 400-year arrival of Africans in English North America. And I had members of the media ask me what the significance of that was to be. And for me, and perhaps for many of you, it established that we had a beginning in America that we could point to. And for me, having the Tucker family being traced back, their lineage being traced back to those first 29, it also created kind of a yearning in me to find out more about my family. And I think what you have done is inspired so many of us in this room and those who are not present to try and find our connections, our roots. And so Romans 12:15 reminds us to rejoice with those who rejoice. And so today I rejoice with you because today is a time for you to reflect and to celebrate your heritage and your legacy here. And I thought what Vincent said was so important. He said, we exist because they survived. We exist because they survived the Middle Passage. They survived the brutality of 260 plus years of slavery. They survived 150 plus years of Jim Crow. They are still living in us and giving us the strength to survive all that we are going through now. COVID, voter suppression, just unequal opportunities, critical race theory, and the pushback against telling the truth about what has happened to us as a people in America. Now, back in December 2019, the Angola embassy invited the Tucker family to come to the Smithsonian Museum for a commemoration event for them. If you look in the inside cover, on the back of your program, you will find some pictures from that event. And I was thankful that the Tuckers invited me. So today, we are more than elated that you have taken the time to travel down from Washington, D.C. Actually, the ambassador did it back in June when he came down and visited the Tucker Cemetery. And today they're here in our city. So welcome to you and to your delegation. God bless you. And thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Tuck. As he said, the Tucker family has survived in spite of everything, all the challenges that they faced. They survived, and let me tell you, each one of them is a very successful contributing member of his or her community. In fact, I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Wanda Tucker, who is a native of Hampton and is on the faculty at Rio Salado College in Arizona. In 2019, she journeyed to Angola with the USA Today team in search of her ancestral roots. Dr. Wanda Tucker.
Good morning. As Mayor Tuck shared, the Tucker family had the distinct honor of going to Washington, D.C. to an elegant commemorative event commemorating the 400 Angolans who arrived in British English America in 1619. And it was there that I had the opportunity to meet the distinguished ambassador. So thank you so much for that opportunity. And also serve on a program with this white nonprofit. Great opportunity. Now, in advance, I have to say I'm going to apologize for all the places where I mess up your name on this as I read your bio. I did whisper that in his ear earlier. But it is my distinct honor to introduce to you Ambassador Joaquin Esperitu Santo, born July 12, 1959, in Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo. Presented his credentials to the President of the United States on September 16, 2019. Before arriving in Washington, he served as the Director for Africa, Middle East, and Regional Organizations in Angola's Ministry of External Relations from 2011 through 2018. A career diplomat. Ambassador Santo also served as Minister Counselor at the Angolan Embassy to France from 2004 to 2009, and as Minister Counselor and Charge d'Affaires at the Angolan Embassy to Mexico from 2002 through 2004. Prior to that, Ambassador Santo served in various senior positions in Angola's Ministry of External Relations, including as the Director for Europe. Throughout his career, Ambassador Santo has represented Angola as part of several high-level international delegations and in bilateral and multilateral negotiations, including at the African Union and the United Nations. He is also an accomplished lecturer, having presented around the world on issues related to African development, peace, and security. Ambassador Santo holds a degree in economics from Augustinho Nito University, Luanda, Angola, and a master's degree in political science from the School of Advanced Political Studies in Paris, France. He is multilingual, speaking Portuguese, English, French, Spanish, and some African languages. Ambassador Santo is married and has 2 children. It is my distinct honor to welcome you and to introduce
His Excellency Jomo Fortunato, Minister of Culture, tourism, and the environment of the Republic of Angola. Honorable Tony Tucker, Mayor of Hampton, Honorable Congressman Scott, distinguished members of Tucker family, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Let me first of all thank and glorify the one to whom we owe the breath of life, the eternal Almighty God, Master of time and circumstance, who has allowed this solemn moment. It is my privilege to be with you at this symbolic tribute ceremony in Hampton as a member of the delegation of the government of the Republic of Angola. We are here today to honor all those buried in the sacred ground of Hampton, the first 20 African slaves from Angola who embarked against their will on a trip to a destination entirely unrelated to their realities, and to remember history as we continue to build a different future. At the symbolic ceremony, we praise the achievement of our ancestors as they represent examples of courage, sacrifice, strength, and resilience in the face of the worst adversities ever experienced by humankind. The relationship between Angola and the United States of America is one that has truly come full circle, from one of tragedy, of injustice, to one of opportunity and hope. Today, the United States government and American businesses are working with Angola as friends and partners in support of transformational reforms initiated by President Lorenzo that have created a path for a clear, more prosperous future for the Angolan people. Today, we stand at decidedly different moment in Angola's shared history with the United States. Angola is positioned to rise in the global economy, has established a growing strategic partnership with the United States based in friendship and collaboration. Exchanges between the people of and the institutions of Angola and the United States now occur with regularity. It is time for us to build a bridge and establish a firm and permanent connection between Africans and African Americans. This homage presents the opportunity to highlight Angola, namely its role in the history of the United States of America, and to contribute to the continuous deepening of our relations at the diplomatic, economic, scientific, and cultural level. I'm hopeful that the existing close ties of friendship and cooperation between the government of the Republic of Angola and the government of the United States of America will continue to grow in the years ahead, mutually benefiting our countries and people. As Ambassador of Angola to the U.S., it is my privilege to be with you again, and I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to the Mayor and to all the people of this nice city of Hampton for the generosity of the welcome given to the Angolan delegation. Honorable Mayor, distinguished member of Tucker family, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to introduce the head of the Angolan delegation, His Excellency Jomo Francisco Isabella de Carvalho Fortunato, Minister of Culture, Tourism, and Environment of the Republic of Angola. Minister Jomo Fortunato is a man of culture and music, historian of Angolan popular music, music critic, and university professor. He graduated in modern languages and literature, Portuguese, French, Italian, from the University of Aveiro, Portugal. He holds a master's degree in Angolan literature from Angola University. I ask you to carefully follow Minister Jomo Fortunato's remarks. May God bless Angola and the United States of America. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Bom dia.
Good morning.
Excelentíssimo Senhor Doni Rei Pat, prefeito da cidade de Hampton.
Honorable Joaquin, Mayor of Hampton.
Excelência Senhor Joaquin Espírito Santo, embaixador extraordinário e plenipotenciário de Angola nos Estados Unidos da América.
His Excellency Joaquin Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Angola.
Distintos membros da família Tucker,
Distinguished members of Tucker family,
minhas senhoras e meus senhores,
ladies and gentlemen.
quero antes de mais agradecer em nome do Governo da República de Angola
First of all, on behalf of the government of the Republic of Angola, I would like to thank you
o convite que nos foi formulado para participar na cerimónia em homenagem à chegada dos primeiros 20 escravos angolanos nos Estados Unidos da América.
the invitation to participate in the annual ceremony in honor of the arrival of the first men Angolan slaves to the United States of America.
E recordar mais uma vez que Angola entrou nas páginas da história dos americanos
And to remind you once again that Angola entered the page of American history and American history.
graças a tenaz personalidade,
Thanks to the tenacious personality,
extraordinária capacidade de trabalho
extraordinary capacity to work,
e vontade inequívoca dos primeiros escravos em trilhar e vencer as inúmeras vicissitudes da vida num contexto de escravidão.
and an improbable will of the first slaves to overcome the innumerable vicissitudes of life and conflict of slavery.
O comércio transatlântico de escravos provocou a movimentação de uma imensa massa humana
The transatlantic slave trade caused the movement of immense human mass,
calculada em 12 milhões de africanos transportados em navios negreiros,
estimated at 12 million Africans transported in slave ships,
dos quais 11 milhões sobreviveu à travessia para alcançar a costa das Américas.
of which 11 million survived the crossing to reach the coast of the Americas.
A revisão do nosso passado histórico
The revision of our historical past
reveste de suma importância para a compreensão da problemática social contemporânea
is of utmost importance for the understanding of contemporary social problems,
abrindo possibilidades para a afirmação da nossa identidade política
offering possibilities for affirmation of our political identity
e melhor compreensão das ligações históricas e culturais dos três
and a better understanding of the historical and cultural connections of the two continents,
África, Europa e América,
Africa, Europe, and America,
que se estabeleceram através do Oceano Atlântico com implicações para o resto do mundo.
that were established across the Atlantic Ocean with implications for the rest of the world.
Pesquisas recentes abrem novas perspectivas sobre a história da África,
Recent research offers new perspectives on African history
e fornecem-nos com uma visão diferente sobre as implicações da dimensão demográfica
and provide us with a different view on the implications of the demographic dimension,
a omnipresença geográfica
geographical ability,
e origens culturais comuns
and common culture origins
que os escravizados de origem angolana
that enslaved people of Angolan origin share,
compartilhavam muitas vezes antes de chegarem às Américas.
shared often before arriving in the Americas.
Estas implicações forçam uma revisão das percepções estabelecidas
These implications force a revision of established perceptions
referentes à formação e à evolução dos traços culturais angolanos da América do Norte.
concerning the formation and evolution of Angolan culture traits in North America.
Na perspectiva do historiador belga Jean Vancina,
From the perspective of Belgian historian Jean Vancina,
a história dos escravizados angolanos na América do Norte é a história dos ancestrais esquecidos.
the history of enslaved Angolans in North America is the history of forgotten ancestors.
De facto, são os ancestrais esquecidos por excelência
In fact, they are forgotten
na genealogia das culturas da diásporas do Novo Mundo,
in the genealogy of the cultures of the New World diaspora,
pois a magnitude e ambiguidade das suas contribuições na diásporas
for the magnitude and the degree of their contribution to the New World diaspora
têm sido muito minimizadas e negligenciadas ao ponto de se tornarem quase invisíveis.
have been greatly minimized and neglected to the point of becoming almost invisible.
De facto, foi no estado de Virgínia,
In fact, it was in Virginia State
onde há 402 anos desembarcaram os primeiros escravos angolanos,
where 402 years ago, the first Angolan slaves
que pisaram as terras dos Estados Unidos da América
who set foot on the land of the United States of America
em agosto de 1619, no século XVII.
in August 1619 in the 17th century.
Hoje, o passado histórico dos escravos angolanos na América,
Today, the historical past of Angolan slaves in America
através do comércio transatlântico,
through the transatlantic commerce
pode ser transformado em várias valências,
can be transformed into various values,
incrementando as relações de amizade e cooperação,
increasing the relations of friendship and cooperation,
aproveitando a ponte da diplomacia cultural,
taking advantage of the bridge of cultural diplomacy,
rumo a significativas e criativas estratégias de aproximação económica.
towards significant and creative strategies of economic approach.
Segundo o Presidente da República, João Manuel Gonçalves Lourenço,
According to the President of the Republic of Angola, João Manuel Gonçalves Lourenço,
esta é sempre uma oportunidade singular para Angola projetar a sua imagem
this is always a singular opportunity for Angola to project its image
e divulgar a importância histórica de um passado que pode ser reaproveitado na perspectiva do desenvolvimento económico.
and disclose the historical importance of the past that can be reused from the perspective of economic development.
A escravatura,
Slavery,
uma das maiores tragédias da história,
one of the greatest tragedies in history,
juntou o destino de dois países situados em continentes distantes,
brought together the destiny of two countries located on distant continents,
mas próximos do ponto de vista cultural e histórico.
but close culturally and history.
E essa nossa complementaridade histórica
And this human potential
e potencial humano
and human potential
podem ser integrados e reutilizados em vários projetos de desenvolvimento em Angola.
can be integrated and used in various development projects in Angola.
Sabemos que atualmente uma parte substancial da comunidade angolana residente nos Estados Unidos da América
We know that today a substantial part of the Angolan community living in the United States of America,
cifrada em mais de 7.000 angolanos,
numbering more than 7,000 Angolans,
chegou aqui entre os anos 70 e 90 num contexto de fuga dos conflitos bélicos,
arrived here in the 1970s and 90s
nos seus locais de origem.
to escape the war conflict on their place of origin.
Atualmente, com a paz alcançada,
Today, it has been achieved,
estão criadas as condições para um diálogo aberto
and the conditions have been created for a more open and fraternal dialogue
rumo à concretização do que pensamos ser a nova Angola,
toward the realization of what we think is the new Angola,
baseada numa abertura económica em que os Estados Unidos da América têm tido e terão um papel de suma importância a desempenhar neste processo.
based on an economic opening in which the United States of America has had and will have an extremely important role to play in this process.
No que toca ao Ministério da Cultura, Turismo e Ambiente,
Regarding the Ministry of Culture, Tourism and Environment,
importa realçar o papel que os Estados Unidos da América têm desempenhado
it is important to highlight the role that the United States of America has played
no apoio aos projetos relacionados com o ambiente, na sua relação com o nosso Instituto de Biodiversidade e Conservação,
in supporting environment-related projects in its relationship with Institute of Biodiversity and Conservation,
concretizado na relação concretizada no combate à caça furtiva e ao tráfico da vida selvagem em Angola.
concretized in the fight against poaching and wildlife trafficking in Angola.
Esta homenagem
This tribute
celebra a coragem de mulheres e homens que embarcaram numa viagem que transformou o curso da história de um povo,
celebrates the courage of women and men who embarked on a journey that transformed the course of history of a people for the country.
de um continente. E quanto a nós, estamos de braços abertos para receber os nossos irmãos americanos rumo ao progresso.
As for us, our arms are open to welcome our American brothers and sisters on the way to the progress.
Viva Angola, viva América.
Thank you. I am Dr. Felicia Tucker Lively. I am a proud member of the William Tucker 1624 Society, and I serve as the Vice President. It is my pleasure to give the closing remarks. Words that resonated with me from today's program: reflection and fellowship, and most recently, Viva Angola, Viva America. Giving honor to God for this day, we remember sacrifice, strength, and resilience. If you are not aware, the fabric-covered chairs represent our ancestors. So I'm getting chills just saying this, that our ancestors are in the room with us. It has been said, the purpose of the William Tucker 1624 Society is to tell the story of our ancestors and other first Africans to arrive in this country by conducting educational programs and activities. This annual commemoration event recognizes and highlights the resilience and cultural contributions of Africans and African Americans for 402 years. It has been a pleasure to partner and collaborate with amazing organizations and individuals. The William Tucker 1624 Society is grateful to all who have assisted in the continued restoration of our sacred burial ground, the Tucker Family Cemetery, and/or assisted in the preparation of today's program. Regretfully, the inclement weather in Hampton kept us from setting foot in the beautiful cemetery. We invite you and those that are watching us on the various different streaming mechanisms and venues, we invite you to visit our historical site, preferably at another time when it's not raining. But we do invite you because there are newly installed interpretive historical panels, and we really would like for you to view those at your leisure and convenience. Special thank you again to our Angola family for blessing us with your presence. Please take a moment to look at the names listed in our program to reflect additional thank yous. Honoring African American history is important to us, focusing on the communities we live in and serve to understand African American history in reality and in inclusivity in American history is crucial. So at this time, I would like to invite Dr. Wanda Tucker to join me for some special recognitions.
I've asked my niece Jasmine, and this is Vincent's daughter, if she will assist me. Samuel and Mildred Tucker, my great-great-grandparents, great-great-great-great-grandparents, had two children that we know of Virginia and Thomas Tucker. Julia Bradshaw Furley is the oldest great-granddaughter of Virginia Tucker Claiborne. We honor her today with flowers. It was hard keeping this from cousin Julia, and she is always in the know. But we wanted her to know that we honor her today. Thank you, cousin Julia. Thomas Tucker married twice. Elise Tucker Fincher is the oldest great-granddaughter of the union between Thomas Tucker Sr. and Mary Garrett Tucker. Unfortunately, cousin Elise was not feeling well, could not be here today. So I will personally take her flowers. Finally, we want to honor Mildred Ernestine Moses, who is the granddaughter of the union between Thomas Tucker Sr. and Louise Edwards Tucker. We honor her today. She's 90 years old.
If we might have all of the William Tucker descendants to please stand and be recognized at this time. At this time, we will now continue with the program, moving into our closing litany by Julia Curry.
name is Julia Bradshaw, and I'm the great-granddaughter of the Jews of the In 2019, we closed our program with a special litany commemorating the 400 years since the landing of the first Africans at Point Comfort. Today, we are commemorating 402 years since that landing, and we have decided to share the litany again. It was written by Mrs. Audrey Perry Williams, president of the Hampton Rose branch of the Association for the Study of African American Life. Audrey, please stand. As we thank you for allowing us to share this special piece together. Now, would you please stand, turn to the litany located in the program, and we will read. God of all people, races, and nationalities. On this day, August 25th, 1619, 400 years ago, you were there with our ancestors when they landed as kidnapped enslaved people from Angola, West Africa at Point Comfort, present-day Fort Monroe in Hampton, Virginia. They were in a land that was strange to them, and they did not understand the language that was being spoken. Thank you, Lord, for giving them the wisdom to hear the language to see from all those who have communicate secretly with each other and the calls of the Spirit. Thus aiding them to know each other. The midwife that arrived in 1619 brought her healing spirit with her on the voyage and ensured comfort to the woman during childbirth. Thank you, Lord, for providing our ancestors spiritual and physical. Throughout these 402 years, we have witnessed your keeping power, and we have been recipients of your love and grace. Thank you for our ancestors who listened to your voice and were obedient to all. Our ancestors used their faith to survive the horrors of the Middle Passage, slavery, Jim Crow, and every manner of institutional and structural violence with their souls intact. This was not only a political act, but it was a revolutionary act. Today, we are called to give thanks for the great gifts of our ancestors that make our lives richer and fuller. May your spirit continue to increase this generation and future generations of courage, hope, and grace. Help us to teach our young our culture and their history so they will know who they are and who they can be. Inspire us with a vision for the future and use that vision to direct the past and future generations. We thank you, Lord, with the gifts, talents, iniquities, ingenuity, and cultural blessings you have poured out upon our people. May we always appreciate the blessings you have bestowed on us.
May we always appreciate the blessings you have restored upon us. We thank you for our mathematic, scientific, and literary genius. We thank you for jazz, spirituals, gospels, and blues. We thank you for beautiful locks of hair and beautiful shades and complexions of skin, and even for soul food. We thank you for wisdom, strength, and determination we learned from our ancestors, and for the blessings and love of family.
Thank you, Lord, for your continued presence throughout the 400 years.
And we stand there, O God, and we will not love to remember and celebrate the heritage, history, and legacy of humanity and gratitude to grant strength, courage, faith, and humility, so that visions of past side of God, and the peace of our
Let us remain standing for the singing of Lift Every Voice and Sing. I'm not Wanda Tucker, but I am going to lead you in song. Oh, and you can find it in your program. Where it's in from. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears have been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered, out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is fast. God of our weary years, God of our silent
Thou who hast brought us thus far on our way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we led thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
Thank you, everyone, esteemed guests and Tucker family, for joining us for this momentous occasion. At this time, we would like to ask the Tucker family, as well as the Minister for Financial Ambassador Esperitu Santo, and Mayor Tuck, as well as Dr. Janice Underwood, if they would come in front for pictures, and so that everyone can also take pictures. Thank you very much. Obrigado.
Let me just set up my camera. You can see. Here you go. Yeah. What should I do?
Everyone, if you are trying to snap a picture, we ask that you go a few rows back so that you can get everyone in the picture and that you are not blocking anyone from taking a picture. Please. Yes. It's because of the louder.
Yeah, thanks. So I can find it. Save the contact? Yeah. And then... Amazing. You gotta do it. I'd like to see it. And this is all my information. Mm-hmm. And these are my codes. Yeah. And it's what about, in order for you to share with me the audio, can you share with me through the audio from this file you don't want? Yeah. You want the audio off my camera? Yes. So contact me and I'll send it up through Dropbox or Google Photos. I have my phone. You can go. What do you think? Yeah, please. It's gonna be big files because it's coming off my camera. Okay, I'll bring my computer then. Okay. I have my computer. That's all right.
It's just man, this is a very good picture. This camera is better than any camera. I'm going to have to say this was even better than mine. I will never admit that someone's camera better than mine.
Let me stop.